ever. We bought some checkers today, so this is my aquarium at home. My 360. It's currently, I think, the most beautiful tank I have. It was made by MJ Aquascaping. He did an awesome job. We did the hardscape first, and then we added a couple of weeks, we added the plants, and it has a really nice set of fish. Okay, welcome to chat, sorry guys. I can't zoom in, or I can. So I got a bunch of, Jesus, sorry guys, got a bunch of Pinoy angelfish in here. I have to be super. So I had 6, 2 died last week. I didn't know why, and I had also L46 dying. I was like, fuck man, what happened? And apparently I had the CO2 on, I didn't check it. It was running way too fast, so I was checking the pH, it was super high, and then I found out that the pH was high because of the CO2 dosing I was doing. I have an inline doser here, and I was just pumping it full of CO2, so that was my mistake. It cost me a couple of fish. And here's the new checker. It's a beautiful fish. I got a couple of them, a pair. These will color up in 2-3 months. They're gonna be a little slightly bigger, but it's a chicklet. You already see some purple in the tail popping up. This is a beautiful fish. So I know some of my friends said, you know, be careful with those Rasbora, because the Rasbora will be food for those angelfish, which is true, but so far so good. Angelfish are still young, they're like 4 or 5 months now, so not quite adult, and the Rasbora are a little bit older. I bought 100 of them. There's 100 Rasbora in here, Galaxy. So far so good. I think in 3-4 months I need to get out probably the easiest way is to get the angels out, but I will notice when I start missing Rasboras or start seeing parts of Rasbora fish laying around. I got about 8 of these turbies. Let me see if I can zoom in. These are beautiful. I got them from my fish room. And they're hiding a bit. Look at this really annoying pop-up, which I don't want. Okay. So here you can see one. I think there's 8 of them. I bought them really young, and now they've been growing and really coloring up. They're really beautiful. So I think all the fish in this tank are happy. Maybe, you know, like a lot of enthusiastic fish keeping guys, we tend to buy more fish than we can handle, and even with this one I think I was a little bit too fast adding all the fish in here. You know, it took me put in the hardscape, and then put in water for like 3-4 weeks, and then after those 4 weeks we start adding plants, and then I think 2-3 weeks later, not even 2 weeks later, I start adding fish. Don't lie, Mike, it's 2 weeks. But I had 2 filters. I got 2 850 Oase biofilters in here, so it's an overkill. The filters were already running on a different system, so you know there was some media in there for sure, and some bio bacteria. This one is already coloring up. I just bought it today at a Dutch fish store called Rifwachter. It's from a guy called Gert. He's a nice guy. He has beautiful fish. So I bought my fish there, and the rest of the fish, all the Rasbora come from Exotica. It's in Amsterdam. Also very nice. And the Pinoy I got from a girl called Kim. And she's a breeder. I found her on like the Dutch eBay called Marktplaats. So I also try to buy from local breeders. I love my fish store, right? Ron from Exotica, he knows a lot, and the fish store owners know a lot. But also the home breeders, they love their fish, and they don't use any other antibiotics. They don't do any transportation. They don't have to do quarantine. Most of the time, they take very good care of their setup. And I always try to look at the setup. Okay, what are they doing? How are they breeding? How they're feeding? Even this girl Kim, where I bought these angels, she took 4 or 5 months before she sold me the fish. I was already in contact with her, and she said like, "No, I want to grow them up and make sure that they're healthy." And with angels, you get huge amount of fry. So one angel fish, we have fry in the fish room right now. I have another fish room with another 60 aquarium. But even with these angelfish, you get of a couple, you can get 80 eggs, 100 eggs. That's not unexpected, and it happens. And then out of those 100 eggs, maybe if you're lucky, 30, 40 make it. And then after half a year, maybe half of them didn't make it and were not strong enough, which is nature, which is good. So she takes care of them, make sure you get strong fish. Look at this setup, hey. Checker, stir by, Pinoy. There's the other checker, so there's 2. Now you can see the couple. I just added them like, I don't know, 3 hours ago. You see they're pretty shy still. So I give this aquarium mostly bloodworms from the freezer. We have a live worm farm in the fish room where we have our own colony of worms. So I bring live worm here as well. It's good for the fish. So most of the time they get frozen bloodworms or live food. Sometimes some dry food to mix it up. This is my tank. So we use lava rock, it's natural wood, Java ferns, Philandra, cryptocorns, and Nubia. And Jay did the scaping on this one, he did an awesome job. Mostly slow growing plants because I didn't want to be cutting and trimming the tank every week while it has stem plants. I just wanted to have slow growing plants. What I saw right now, which is pretty cool, is the grass here. It starts to grow long, I need to cut it, and then you can see it already starts to grow underneath and popping up a little bit before where I planted it in the foreground. So it will be a matter of a year that this whole front will be green carpet, or most of it, depending how we trim it. But I like green in my tank, right? More green the better, more plants, bigger plants, fish love it, so we tend to overplant, which I like. Fish are super happy, they're not shy in this tank. The fish come out all the time, which I actually love. If you look at the full setup, it has an island on the left, island on the right, and then we got about 10 centimeters of sand in the front, and then pretty wide sand bed in the middle all the way to the back. So there's also about 35 Amano shrimp in here, which I haven't seen in the last week, none of them. So I'm curious if the angels took them all. They had some good snack, or they're hiding, I don't know. I have no idea. But it doesn't look good. And the Amano shrimp were beautiful, colored up, big ones, but I bought them mostly because of this fungus which is on the wood. So I started adding the Amano and I couldn't wait, so a couple of days later I added fish. So I'm not sure if the stir-by eat any Amano, I don't think so. Let me know if you know if they do. I'm sure these angelfish love Amano. But they're pretty good at hiding, and they don't care if they live somewhere underneath in a rock and don't have so much space living. They don't need a lot of living space, so they're could be really happy in the back. Let's see. We don't know. Okay, thanks for watching. Come back next time.